You've been given the key. All you've got to do is open up the door. That's the channeled message that I got for this full moon in Leo. What were you doing at the new moon in Leo? Around that time, I think it was August 16th, 2023. I know where I was. I was about to move into this house. Let's see what we need to know moving forward now that we have completed this Leo cycle. I want to look at that as a collective because I was given that imagery and that channeled message of a key that was given to us and just standing in front of the door and feeling like we didn't have the right to go in even though our name was literally on the key. Whatever's in that room belongs to you. It's kind of reminding me of Page of Wands. It's kind of reminding me of, speaking of inspiration, Esther Abraham Hicks, and we're going to get to this 111 on the clock as I said that, where she talks about the void. And it's like the place where all of our dreams can come true, but it's kind of like the womb is how I see it. 1, 2, 3 as I said that. 1, 2, 4 as I said that, which is where we are currently. We're in January of 2024. So what I'm seeing is like, since the new moon in Leo back in August of 2023, we were all, some of us even subconsciously, we were like manifesting these ideas and then they were just put behind this proverbial door. These ideas, these things that we've wanted. Maybe even a specific person for some of us, certain things we've wanted to do in our lives, goals, aspirations, even just ideas. And it's kind of in that dream state where it's in that womb state. And I feel like a lot of us have been even subconsciously manifesting these things, putting them in this room, and now they're about to come forward and Spirit's like, you have the key in your hand. All you've got to do is open up the door. 222. All right, let's see. Let's start with card number 1 here and see what we got. Card number 1 is the 10 of coins. See, for some of you, this is love and it's financial. Because 10 of pentacles, even though there's no people in this particular card, I'm using the Fountain Tarot, by the way. Beautiful deck. I love the silver lined. I love the silver foil. But anyways, 10 of Pentacles is a family card. It's like a dynasty card. A lot of the time for me, the 10 of Pentacles, like, yes, it can mean that you're building a business that's going to make you a lot of money. Yes, it can mean that. But with the 10 of Pentacles, for me, that would be kind of more like King of Pentacles or something, where it's like you're building your own thing, you're working on your own money. Then we bring in the Queen of Pentacles with that, and the King and Queen of Pentacles are who live here, right? So it's like we're talking about something that's more than just us. It's more than just money. It's like not anybody. It's not like it's easy to be like an entrepreneur and start your own business, but I'm saying there's lots of people who do. It's a whole other thing to have a family involved with that. It's a whole other thing to have a community, right? So this is like part of what I feel was kind of put into that void, put into that liminal space between the 3D and the 5D. And now this is Pentacles. This is 3D world stuff, right? And I just saw 404 on my clock, which reminds me of like the page not found. Like we may have given up on this idea, some of us. Love, things being successful. Maybe we kind of just started settling for the 9 of Pentacles is what I'm kind of seeing in my head. Like, well, it's good enough. No. The ideas that you've had, not only can you have them, but Spirit's like, here's the key. Here's the seed phrase to your ledger wallet. Like, here's the whatever. Okay, let's before I say anything else, let's go a step further. Because this applies to everybody. This applies to everybody. It's like Uranus and Taurus. It's this energy, and Taurus is money-based. A lot of the time. It's possessions. It's It's 10 of Pentacles. It's like Taurus is with Uranus is saying we can all have this. We can all have a beautiful life and a home that we love and a garden and a family if we want it and pets and vacations. And I don't just see this as like, oh, I'm rich. I see this as like abundance, but it's so much more than that. It's abundance in every way. It's abundance in our health. It's abundance in our relationships, right? It's like this to me a lot of the time looks like the home. I look at it as like the home. Like home is where the heart is how I see the 10 of Pentacles. And I feel like we've been craving that as a society, especially being in this kind of metallic, robotic, soulless information age that we are currently in. 5 of 5, as I said this, things are going to change. Things are going to turn around. People are going to be craving this more. We're going to see people living off the grid more. Whatever. I could say a lot on this. However it applies for you, even if you are just wanting to be a bachelor, right? It's not even about like one is good or bad or any of that. It's just this to me, this like pyramid of coins right here, it's giving me the idea in my head, and then we're gonna open card number 2. It's giving me the idea of like a Ponzi scheme, like a pyramid scheme. You know, and I feel like we have thought that the idea, a lot of us have thought that the idea, the hope, the dream, it's kind of like a Ponzi scheme. It's kind of like a lie that we can't really have this, you know. And I feel like we've been, especially with Taurus, and I have a moon in Taurus, we've been really fighting the idea that we really do deserve more and we can really have more, each and every one of us. It's through this like portal. See, there's that door I was talking about. It's a perfect example. It's like, and there's not even a door on this. It's just open. It's just a portal that's open. You don't even need a key for this thing. Because this is probably that you've already gone in, and this is like your beautiful English garden in the background. Like this is your backyard. It's like you're walking back onto your land in this card. You're already in the 10 of Pentacles. And that's what Abraham Hicks is talking about, is it's like really anything that you can imagine you can have. I know that sounds a little bit Barney. It does to me, especially because, you know, a lot of really bad things have happened in my life, a lot of really heartbreaking things, and I've gotten my hopes up, and I've always been a really like positive person, even in the darkest of moments. In emergency situations, I always just like jump into gear. I've always found the silver lining in every bad thing that's ever happened to me. But at the same time, there is this kind of, it feels like it's too good to be true. Again, it's like that Ponzi scheme where it's like you find out that in the end, it actually, you were tricked. So there's a side of us, I feel, that's even scared to have that hope. Like this child, look at this. Look at that child. It's like there's this child in each and every one of us. I feel like we're scared to even want good things, some of us, because we're so used to it all crumbling again. And there's an element of like embarrassment and shame and humiliation when we find out, wow, that was a lie. Wow, that was a Ponzi scheme. Wow, that was that was just a used car salesman. That wasn't real. But this is the thing. That's what this message is saying. This is real. And you've been given the key. Right? This is yours. It's your land, excuse me. It's like somebody is giving you a deed, to your God-given land. My stomach's getting weird. And when that happens, it's like the nerves are rising. See, like I'm even getting nervous thinking about that. Because there's an element of when things keep going wrong, it does seem like it's too good to be true. But that's the thing. It's like a lot of us had to get away. Like a lot of us have, and I'm going to get to card number 2. But there's a lot here on this Ten of Pentacles. A lot of us have had to make these decisions to separate ourselves from the origin of where that stuff, 10-10, as I said that, 10 are end, it's an end of an era, it's an end of, and I'm holding a 10 as I'm saying 10, 10, 10. It's the end of the old. It's like the 10 of swords. The 10 of swords was the old life. That's what we're used to. Betrayals, painful endings, shocking, terrible truths. I mean, it's the guy's literally stabbed to death 40 times. It's like, damn, that's like an ID channel special. It's like a crime of passion. It's like people have betrayed us like bad, and it's because this is the potential. It's like a thief is gonna kill you and take your wallet. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's that sort of a thing. It's the exact opposite of what we've thought. We were around these people and these circumstances and these energies that projected onto us their own fears, 1111, their own shortcomings, their own... I always reference this, but Denzel Washington said that your light irritates their demons. It's like that. So you already have this. It already belongs to you. But if you don't take that deed to that home, it's like you just keep it in your sock drawer. You could have a $3 million property, but you're just keeping it in the drawer and it's getting all overgrown and stuff because we're not claiming it because of the 10 of swords, because of the past life, and by past life, I mean like just this current life, but the old us, the old version of us, which the old version of us should be like a week ago. I look at videos from last week that I filmed and I'm like, oh, I'm different since then. Literally a week. There's a difference in my mindset. 12-12 as I said this. And so, okay. With this 10 of Pentacles, the Ponzi scheme thing, and then I'm going to get to card number 2. It's this feeling of, since we haven't had this yet, we hear all these messages. Let me say it this way. We hear all these messages of we're the chosen ones, and Spirit has all these wonderful things for us, and we can, and even take out the spirituality, just in like the marketing business world, even entrepreneurs. If you're dealing with any sort of self-improvement or what have you, in those niches, it's like you can have it. If you go for it, you can have it, right? But there's this element of not even being able to believe in that because we've had so many 10 of swords, 10 of swords, 10 of swords, 10 of swords, right? But this is the turn of the tides with this temperance energy here. Wow, and the Ace of Cups is here too. That's beautiful. See, look at all that water. This is the turnaround. This is the change. With the Tower as well and the Ace of Wands. This is like, this to me looks like very shocking with the Tower and the Ace of Wands here. And then the Ace of Cups, it's like the water just trickles through and heals all the pains of the past when this finally begins to manifest in our lives, because we were the ones who claimed it, because we were still childlike, even after all the betrayals, all the thoughts that we had about ourselves that we weren't good enough or we didn't deserve this. We decided to be like this child still and believe in magic, to believe that we can have the things that we desire in our lives, and this can be anything that you want. Just your ideal life is the 10 of Pentacles. So we've had to separate from the old energies, the old versions of us, the self-deprecation, the money blocks, the toxic friends, lovers, family members. And it's like, we kind of almost are, it's almost like we know we are these people who are, we believe in this, is my point. But still, even for us, it's hard to really grab this deed with confidence because of all the bullshit we've been through. But this is what I'm seeing, 1444, as I'm saying this. There is going to be proof and evidence in the tangible reality, Pentacles, where you're going, it's not just going to be a a hope anymore, a hope and a wish and a dream. It's going to be our reality because this is what we have chosen. We have separated from all these toxic things for a reason. We're not just moving into a void. We're moving into our void, the things that we always have believed in, but there were all these reasons it was like choked off because we couldn't get to it because of these energies, because of these things, because of these ties. But now that we've made these changes as a collective, now it's all of our manifestations can finally come forward. So don't put the deed in the sock drawer. You have a $3 million property and it belongs to you, Melissa Sue Gordon. My name is on it. Your name is on it. And again, this doesn't have to be money, right? What is money? Like if somebody gave me a deed to a $3 million property, that's an asset. It's like we could even be given ideas that create a 10 of Pentacles. It's not always just like pure raw cash. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's lots of ways to gain abundance through assets, through ideas, through, I don't know, just there's so many different things that this could be. Card number 2 is the Strength card. For some reason, I don't ever like this Strength card, and it's funny, I'm having this reaction. I don't like the artwork on this, and I love this deck. There's something about this image that disturbs me, and how she's just smiling. And I know the classic card, the Strength card, is the woman who is taming the lion. This is a lion tamer energy, but that's not a lion. That's like a clown. Again, it's that energy coming in of like, remember how I was saying Ponzi scheme? And now we have this clown energy, kind of like, it's a funny energy to put into words. It's kind of like a goblins and ghouls, and it's kind of a tricky energy. I don't know how to describe it, and it has this element of it's like a double entendre that I'm feeling on this card. It's like, see her face, how she's smiling like that. And I know that the Strength card is supposed to be the querent. Like when we're looking at the Strength card, this is us, and we're strong, and we've been patient, and we've overcome many things. And that's all true. Everything that I just said on the first card, everything that's taken us to get here, and all the things we've done, and all the things we've overcome and stuff. And that's what this is saying. But I see another element and dimension here, and see how the light is coming out of the eye of this clown. Weirdly, I feel like this is us. And it's like that is the thing, that person, that thing, that entity that's kind of holding it down and smiling. Like the clown looks sad, but she's smiling. The clown should be the one that's smiling. I feel like the clown is us. We felt like clowns. We felt like losers. We felt like all those dreams that we've had were just, maybe they were childish after all. Maybe I was just, I don't know how to describe it. It's like the Ace of Cups poured out all over the ground. And it's like we just let our dreams pour out like the tears of this clown. It looks like the tears of a clown. And that's reminding me of heyoka energy, the sacred clown. And it's not just about being funny. The sacred clown, the idea of that is it's like a prophet. It's like a contrarian. It's like somebody who comes in and I was reading about heyoka energy. Maybe I really got into it like a year or so ago, a year to 6 months ago. Interesting. Leo new moon was about 6 months ago as I'm talking about this, but okay, Missy, stay focused. Sorry guys. A lot coming through. So it's this energy of like, this is the example that I read of a heyoka that was demonstrating kind of a prophetic is how I would see it, kind of performance to prove a spiritual point. Like he would stand out in the rain, for example. It's like a contrarian. It's like everybody else is running inside, but he stands out in the rain. It's like it proves a point. To the contrary, it's kind of like the opposite sign of Leo, which is Aquarius. It's kind of this energy of like underdog. Like, oh, they thought we were the clowns, but in reality, it's like we are the prophets. We are the inventors. We are the artists. This energy is coming through, and I feel like I talked about it on the Capricorn new moon, where it's this scripture. God, and I don't know where I said it. Wherever I said it, I've said it on this channel before. God uses the foolish things of the world. Wow, you're weird. You're different. You think that you can be a contrarian like that and be unique and be authentic in a world like you. It's like they laughed at us. They mocked us for being these inspired hearts, these bleeding hearts, these inspirational. It's like the heart with the fire, the flame. That's what I'm seeing right here, right now. Ow, it's burning my fingers. See, it's like it's too hot for people. It's too hot. It's like your flame, your fire, your passion, it was like too much for them. So they had to put you down. They had to make you feel like a clown. They had to make you feel like, it's like they tried to conquer you. They tried to dominate you. And on the more extreme side of the spectrum, that can get like R-word energetically. And I've dealt with that, where people will try to come in and like dominate your energy because this is a Leo energy, and we have a lot of fire here. And we are talking about the full moon in Leo. Look at all this fire. Look at all this passion. Look at all this shock and awe, right? But then there's this beautiful trickling Hierophant is here as well. Spiritual stream. It's like you have this hot fire passion, right? But at the same time, it's like you have this grounded energy. There's hard, consistent work with the Eight of Pentacles. See, it kind of reminds me of just like a guy, off in the back end, just doing his work. He has a smile on his face. He loves who he is. He loves what he's learning. He loves what he's doing. And all these people around him are like, you're kind of like, it's like, I don't even want to look at her. You're kind of like, I don't know, man. It's like, I don't even know how to put this energy into words. But we've all experienced this in some way. And it's like the tides are changing. Things are turning around because of us with this temperance energy. Because see how he's looking right at you. He's looking right at you. He's saying, remember who you are. You came here to be a contrarian. Don't let these assholes get you down. Before you diagnose yourself with anxiety and depression, first make sure you're not just surrounded by assholes. That's one of my favorite quotes. Card number 3 is the Page of Cups. Ooh. See, that almost looks a little ghostly, doesn't it? It's almost like it feels very silent. Like when you're... Have you ever done this where you go outside in the middle of the night when it's snowed like 6 inches? I've done this many times where it's completely quiet. There hasn't been one footprint in the snow, and you go outside at like 2 a.m. and it's like the snow has this insulating factor. So it's like extra quiet. Sound feels heavy, dense, like extra silent. This almost looks like this person is scrying, looking into that void like we talked about. See, look at that. It literally this looks like what I think of when Esther Hicks talks about that void. I'm saying that right? And you know what concept I'm talking about? And I've listened to her talk about that a lot. So if that's not what she terms it, you know what I'm saying. I think she terms it the void. It's like, it's this raw energy of like creation. It's kind of like the Big Bang or something. It's kind of like when in the book of Genesis, when God looked over the face of the water, of the firmament, he looked over the face of the earth and saw all this potential on what could be. And that's what the Page of Cups, it's like, see, another child-minded energy here. And it's so beautiful because look at what we have. It's this raw, we have the Page of Wands and the Ace of Wands right here. And then we have the Ace of Cups and the Page of Cups. It's like we're embodying our own new beginning because we're finally believing that everything that we thought was true actually is how I'm seeing this. I love you all. Have a great full moon in Leo. Remember, this energy lasts, it lingers. So even if you see this at a later date, this is an energy. And this is a time frame. It's kind of like a bug in amber. Like August 2023 to January 2024. It's like, say you're looking at your phone camera roll. I just did that before I started this video to kind of remember where I was located at that time. And I was like, oh yeah, I moved to this house in September. So, excuse me. So it's like, it's this time frame. Imagine on your camera roll, or however you look at it, your journal, even your emails, like there's always a way to kind of flash back and look at your footprint at that time. So even if you're seeing this like a year from now, you can still look back. It's like a bug in amber. You can look at it, August 2023 to January 2024, and see what was going on there. And that's what this reading is about. I hope that helps to encourage and inspire all of you. I love you so much. It's been Missy Gordon, the Metamystic here, and I'll see you on the next one.